Good evening to everyone, beta. So yesterday we have just completed with your vernier calipers introduction and some of the basic problems. I hope you have been clear with the concepts. Let us try to do some more problems related to this topic. Then we will start with the next instrument, that is about your screw gauge. Okay, sure. Read this question, beta. See this question, everyone. A centimeter on the main scale of a vernier caliper is divided into 10 equal parts. Into 10 equal parts. Okay, if 10 divisions of vernier caliper coincides with 8 small divisions 8 small divisions of main scale. Okay, the question is the least count of vernier caliper is. Anyone? Read the question carefully. A centimeter on the main scale of a vernier caliper is divided into how many parts, beta? 10 equal parts. If 10 divisions of the vernier scale is coinciding with 8 main scale divisions of the main scale, the least count is asking right now for us. The least count of the vernier caliper is how much? A centimeter on main scale of vernier caliper is divided into 10 equal parts. That means what? 10 main scale divisions is equal to 1 centimeter. That's what is given. That means 1 MSD will be equal to how much, beta? 1 main scale reading will be equal to 1 by 10 centimeters. Clear? Now is asking the least count. So what is the least count formula, beta? Least count is equals to 1 MSD minus 1 VSD. Okay? Am I clear? This is our basic formula. Least count is equals to 1 MSD minus of your 1 VSD. What is the other data given in the problem right now? You see this one? A centimeter on the main scale of the vernier caliper is divided into your 10 equal parts. If 10 divisions of the vernier scale, 10 divisions of your vernier scale, that is 10 VSD, is equals to 8 main scale divisions. That means 1 VSD will be equal to 8 by 10 MSD. That means this value will be equal to 4 by 5 main scale division. Clear? Now substitute in the least count formula. Least count is equals to 1 MSD minus 1 VSD is 4 by 5 times of your MSD. So that will be equal to 1 minus 4 by 5 into MSD. 1 by, this one will be equal to how much for LCM? 5 minus 4 divided by 5 into your MSD. 5 minus 4 is nothing but 1. So this will be equal to 1 by 5 MSD. 1 MSD is equals to how much, beta? 1 by 5 into 1 MSD is equals to 1 by 10 centimeter. So it is 1 by 10 centimeter. That is 1 by 50 centimeter. Am I clear? 1 by 50 centimeter will be equal to how much, beta? This will be 0.02 centimeters. This will be the answer. Check it once again. A centimeter on the main scale of the vernier caliper is divided into 10 equal parts. Okay, if 10 divisions of the vernier is been coinciding with 8 small divisions on the main scale, then the least count of the vernier caliper is how much? Am I clear? Given in the condition 10 MSD is equals to 1 centimeter, therefore 1 MSD is equals to 1 by 10. One least count formula is what, better? Least count is equals to 1 MSD minus of your 1 VSD part of a lesion. Am I clear? So now given in the problem 10 VSD is equal to 8 MSD. So 1 VSD will be equal to 8 by 10 MSD or 4 by 5 MSD. So I'm substituting in the formula. Least count is equals to 1 MSD minus 4 by 5 MSD. So simplifying it, we are getting 1 by 5 MSD. 1 MSD is how much? 1 by 10. So it is 1 by 50 centimeter or 0.02 centimeter. Am I clear? Am I clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Chalo. Next heading, screw gauge. हाँ बोलो बेटा. Someone is raising the hand. टेक्स्ट कर दो बेटा, कुछ डाउट है, कुछ बात करना रहे तो. ओके, चलिए. स्क्रू गेज देखो बेटा. स्क्रू गेज क्यों यूज करते हैं बेटा? देखो, यू नो दैट आई एम जस्ट रिवाइजिंग इट. मीटर स्केल किस लिए यूज करते हैं बेटा? मीटर स्केल से अपन 1 mm एक्यूरेसी तक मेजर कर सकते हैं. वी कैन मेजर अप टू 1 mm एक्यूरेसी with the vernier caliper. With the vernier calipers we can measure up to 1 by 10 mm. ठीक है ना? अब स्क्रू गेज से बात करें अगर अपन, with your screw gauge, I can measure with accuracy of 1 by 100 mm. Am I clear? Am I clear बेटा?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हैंड रेस कर रहे हैं. चलो, तो क्या कंडीशन था बेटा? स्क्रू गेज में से पहले मीटर स्केल कितने तक मेजर कर सकते हैं अपन? 1 mm. वेनियर कैलिपर से 1 by 10. स्क्रू गेज से उससे भी छोटी मेजरमेंट कर सकते हैं अप टू 1 by 100 mm. स्क्रू गेज क्या रहता है बेटा? आइडिया है किसी को? इट इज राइट नाउ लाइक यू शेप ऐसा एक स्ट्रक्चर होता है, यहाँ पर एक स्केल होता है बेसिकली राइट नाउ लाइक दिस. देयर विल बी वन मेन स्केल something like this, and there will be a circular scale like this. Okay, this will be the bar. So this is called as of your main scale, and this one will be your circular scale. Roughly I'm drawing. Okay, this will be your circular scale. सर्कुलर स्केल पे रीडिंग्स रहेंगे यहाँ पर. राइट नाउ ये मान के चलो 0 1 2 3 ऐसा ऊपर नीचे रहेंगे. इसके ऊपर भी रीडिंग्स रहेंगे राइट नाउ ऑन दिस वन. सो देयर विल बी सर्टेन रीडिंग्स ऑन दिस वन. So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 ऐसा go on like that one. So the one which is horizontal, it is your main scale, and the one which is right now like this will be your circular scale. ठीक है ना? Am I clear? चलो, इसके अंदर फर्स्ट फॉर्मूला देखो बेटा जो आपको याद रखना है. फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन जो याद रखना है इसके अंदर, पिच. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय पिच? बेसिक डायग्राम जो आपको सॉल्व करने के लिए याद रखना है, ये होता है मेन स्केल और यहां पर होता है सर्कुलर स्केल, जिसको आप रोटेट कर सकते हो। दिस इज द जीरो, ये इसका जीरो और ये मेन स्केल का हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन, ठीक है ना। इस पे रीडिंग जो रहेंगे समवॉट लाइक दिस, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, ऐसा। उसी तरह से सर्कुलर पे भी रीडिंग्स रहेंगे यहाँ पर, दिस विल बी 1 2 3 4 लाइक दिस, ऐसा। नीचे 49 हो सकते हैं, इट मे बी हैविंग 50 डिविजन्स हो सकते हैं इसके ऊपर, या इट माइट बी हैविंग योर 100 डिविजन्स, ठीक है ना फिर। पिच इज नथिंग बट anyone is having an idea? Pitch is nothing but horizontal distance. I can say it is length moved on main scale, length moved on a main scale in one complete rotation, in one complete rotation of circular scale, of circular scale. इसका मतलब क्या है बेटा? ये जो सर्कुलर स्केल है, दिस वन इज राइट नाउ फॉर मी योर सर्कुलर स्केल। एक बार मैं अगर पूरा घुमाऊं तो दिस सर्कुलर स्केल रीडिंग के ऊपर इट विल बी मूविंग बाय योर 1 सेंटीमीटर, लाइक से इसके सामने ऐसा जाएगा। So the distance traveled by the circular in the front direction, that distance is called as for me pitch. Okay, one complete rotation मतलब 100 divisions भी हो सकते हैं, 50 divisions. One complete rotation मतलब 100 divisions अगर हो गया तो then it will be moving by 1 mm on the main scale in the front direction. Now see the definition of this one. What is the definition of the pitch? It is the length moved on the main scale. Main scale के ऊपर कितना move करे on one complete rotation of your circular scale. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
चलो, तो ये हो गया अपना पिच। द नेक्स्ट वन इज लीस्ट काउंट। जो फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन आता है इसके अंदर, हाउ टू कैलकुलेट द लीस्ट काउंट। लीस्ट काउंट रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय एलसी। आप लोगों को तो फॉर्मूला याद होगा, लीस्ट काउंट इज इक्वल्स टू पिच divided by number of circular scale divisions. Least count is equals to what? Pitch divided by number of circular scale division. यानी सर्कुलर स्केल पे कितने डिवीजन है, 50 डिवीजन है या 100 डिवीजन है, that will be called as of your divisions. CSD is nothing but for me circular scale divisions. Circular scale divisions. Am I clear? Okay, चलो मैं आपको एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, देखो। If pitch is equals to 1 mm, okay, and number of circular scale divisions is equals to 100, इसका लीस्ट काउंट कितना होगा बताइए? लीस्ट काउंट will be equal to pitch is equals to 1 mm divided by 100. 1 by 100 will be equal to how much only? 0.01 mm. That will be equal to 0.001 centimeter. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Pitch is equals to least count is equals to pitch divided by number of circular scale divisions. If pitch is right now for me 1 mm and number of circular divisions are right now for me 100, so least count will be equal to 1 mm divided by 100. So it is 0.01 mm or 0.001 centimeters. Okay, चलो एक क्वेश्चन कर लेते हैं इस पे जल्दी से. See this question. Let me see how many of you will give me the answer. If the screw gauge is given 6 rotations, if the screw gauge is given how many? 6 rotations, it moves by 3 mm. It moves by your 3 mm on main scale, on your main scale. Okay, if there are 50 divisions, if there are 50 divisions on circular scale, on your circular scale, the least count is how much? The least count of screw gauge on screw gauge is, come on, अब क्वेश्चन पढ़ लो आराम से. Options given are 0.001 mm. Second option is 0.001 centimeters. Third option is 0.02 mm. And fourth option is 0.01 centimeters. Question देखो आराम से. If the screw gauge is given how many rotations? 6 rotations. It moves by 6 mm. यानी 6 times मैं rotate कर रहा हूँ. 6 times rotation करने की वजह से कितना हुआ move? 3 mm move करा. यानी 1 rotation में कितना करेगा बेटा? In 1 rotation, how much? 3 by 6 mm. That is equals to 1 by 2 mm. Am I clear? If in 6 rotations it is moving 3 mm, in 1 rotation it will be moving how much for me? Half mm. So therefore, pitch will be equal to how much for me beta? Pitch is equals to half mm. Am I clear? So least count is equals to pitch divided by number of circular scale divisions. Isn't it? So that is equals to, what is the pitch right now for me? Half mm divided by number of circular divisions are how many beta? How many number of circular divisions are given? 50. 50 divisions on the circular scale. So divided by your 50. Isn't it? So that will become how much for me? 1 by 100 mm. 1 by 100 mm will be equal to how much for me? 0.01 mm. If it is in centimeters, 0.001 centimeter. Am I clear? Am I clear with this question? Once again.
Yes.
Very good. So question dekh lo. If the screw gauge is given 6 rotations, it moves by how much beta? 3 mm on the main scale. That means if there are 50 divisions on circular scale, the least count of the screw gauge is asking. That means for 6 rotations, if it is moving 3 mm, then for 1 rotation it will rotate how much? 3 by 6 mm. That means half mm it will move. So therefore pitch will become how much for me? Half mm. If pitch is right now for me half mm, least count formula. Least count is equals to pitch divided by number of circular scale divisions. So pitch is your half mm, number of circular divisions are 50. So simplifying it, we are getting 1 by 100 mm or 0.01 mm or 0.001 centimeter. Clear? चलो.
Yes, sir.
क्वेश्चन फास्टली आप लोग करो. जैसे मैं क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट करूं और टाइम तक दे देना आप लोग. Screw gauge has least count of 0.01 mm. Okay, and there are 50 divisions. Circular scale पे कितने divisions है? There are your 50 divisions. Okay, 50 divisions in its circular scale. Okay, the pitch of the screw gauge is the pitch
0.5 mm.
screw gauge. One word answer. The pitch of the screw gauge is. बोल दे रहना. Screw gauge has how much beta? Least count is given for me. Least count is given for me as 0.01 mm. And circular scale divisions are how many for me? They are 50. So what is the formula? Least count is equals to pitch divided by number of circular scale divisions. Is asking the pitch. So pitch is equals to least count into number of circular scale divisions. Least count is 0.01 mm multiplied by number of divisions 50. How much it will be?
0.50.
0.5
5.
mm. Very good. 0.5 mm. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Chalo. So I hope you got everyone idea about your least count of the screw gauge. So I'm clear with the screw gauge का basic formula, pitch कैसा निकालते हैं और least count कैसा निकालते हैं basically. The next side reading is, keep the next side reading for this one. Reading of screw gauge. Reading of your screw gauge. स्क्रू गेज की रीडिंग कैसा निकालते हैं? सेम एज दैट ऑफ वर्नियर कैलिपर बेटा, सेम एज दैट ऑफ योर वर्नियर कैलिपर. क्या है फॉर्मूला बोलो? रीडिंग इज इक्वल्स टू, रीडिंग इज इक्वल्स टू, कोई बोलेगा फॉर्मूला? मेन स्केल रीडिंग प्लस सर्कुलर स्केल रीडिंग multiplied by least count.
Least count.
Very good. Least count is equals to, reading is equals to MSR, main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied by your least count. Multiplied by your least count right now. Now let me write what do you mean by MSR. MSR means what? MSR nothing but main scale reading. This is your main scale reading. मेन स्केल रीडिंग कहां से लेंगे? रीडिंग विच इज विजिबल ऑन मेन स्केल, रीडिंग which is visible, which is visible on your main scale. Okay, the next one is VSR, sorry, CSR. CSR, what do you mean by CSR? Circular scale reading. Circular scale reading मतलब the reading on the circular scale that coincides with the reference of your main scale. Am I clear? So what is this one? It is your reading of circular scale, reading of your circular scale that coincides with reference of main scale, with reference of your main scale. ठीक है, एक बार मैं आपको समझा देता हूँ डायग्राम के हिसाब से. सो इफ आई एम ड्राइंग द डायग्राम फॉर दिस वन, देखो बेटा, ये जो होगा मेरे पास, दिस विल बी योर मेन स्केल, ठीक है ना. सो दिस विल बी मेन स्केल. ये जो सेंटर में रहेगा, दिस वन इज योर रेफरेंस लाइन, ठीक है ना. और यहां पर जो होगा इस तरह से, दिस विल बी योर सर्कुलर स्केल, ठीक है. अब रीडिंग्स अगर मैं इसका ड्रॉ करूं बेसिकली, हाँ, दिस वन इज मान के चलो 0 1 2 3 4 5 1 1 2 3 4 5 ऐसा, ठीक है ना. नाउ दिस इज द रीडिंग ऑन दिस वन. और सर्कुलर स्केल पे अगर मैं रीडिंग देखूं बेसिकली, इफ आई एम सीइंग द सर्कुलर स्केल रीडिंग्स राइट नाउ फॉर मी, सो फॉर दिस गिवन कंडीशन मेरे कितना दिखाई दे रहा है राइट नाउ? हियर राइट नाउ ऑन द विजिबल कंडीशन, दिस इज योर मेन स्केल. यहाँ पर जो है ना ये रेफरेंस लाइन पे, हियर इट इज राइट नाउ से फॉर एग्जांपल सम अराउंड this one is right now for me 25, okay, and above is right now for me somewhere here 30, ठीक है. That means this is 25, this one is 27, this is inside 8 meter. See, this one is say for example 25, this one is say for example 27, this one is 28, like that. Okay, am I clear with the diagram? Yeah, ठीक है, I'll try to draw it once again. देखो, This one is right now, say for example, for me, main scale. I'll take shapes, otherwise that will be better. This is your main scale. Okay. And this one is right now, it's reading right now. So very clear. Then somewhere here, this one is circular scale like this. Okay. Now reading, if I'm taking right now here, and for your understanding, I'm just drawing like this. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is right now for me 5. This one is right now for me this one. Another term. And somewhere here it is right now 26. Here it is 27, 28, 29, and this one is right now 30. And below is right now for me 25. Am I clear? And main scale reading is equals to, given for me, 1 main scale division is equals to 1 mm, say for example. Okay. And least count is given for me as 0.001 centimeters. Am I clear? Now, can anyone tell me the reading of this one? What will be the reading? What will be the reading? Reading is equals to main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied with your least count. Can anyone tell me what is the reading? Anyone? Reading means what? Main scale reading is nothing but reading which is visible on main scale. Now tell me what are the readings which are visible on the main scale right now for you? Anyone? This is 1. I'll write here. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. 6 is visible. So it is your 6 mm. Am I clear? Plus circular scale which is coinciding with the circular scale that coincide with the reference line. This blue wala is right now for me reference line. What is the number which is coinciding? 26 into least count is given how much for me beta? 0.001 centimeters. Everything is in the, this is mm and this one is right now in the centimeters. So now 6 mm means how many centimeters beta? 0.6 centimeters. Conversions are very important. Plus this will be equal to your 0.026 centimeters. Everything is now in centimeters. So 0.6 plus 0.026, that means it will be 0.626 centimeters. This will be the answer. Very good. Very good. Am I clear with this one? Got an idea how to take the reading? फिर एक बार देखो बेटा, reading. Reading is equals to main scale. Reading is equals to how much for me? Your main scale plus of your circular scale multiplied by least count. MSR means what? Main scale reading, the reading which is visible on main scale. Circular scale means what right now for me? This is a very important beta, isn't it? So this one is what? The reading which are visible on the main scale. Okay. Now, what do you mean by circular scale? Reading of the circular scale that coincides with what? Reference of your main scale. Now, in the given diagram, if you see carefully, this is your reference line. This is your reference line. Am I clear? This one is your reference line. This blue wala is your reference line. Am I clear? What is the reference line coinciding here? 26 is been coinciding. So circular scale reading which is coinciding is how much for me? 26. What is the least count given in the problem? 0.001 centimeter. So it is 0.001 centimeter. And main scale reading is given how much for me? One main scale reading is equal to 1 mm. So this one is given. What is the diagram? In the diagram, if you see, there are the 6 one is visible on this one. So this one is right now for me how much? 6 mm. This one is your 6 mm. Now this is mm and this is centimeter. So I'm converting this mm into your centimeter. So it is 0.6 centimeter plus 26 into 0.001 is 0.026. Add them, 0.26 centimeters. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Next question. The question try karo aur ek phala. Like say for example, we have got a screw gauge. gives the following reading when used to measure the diameter of a wire. The diameter of a wire. Okay. Main scale reading. Main scale reading is equals to 0 mm. Okay. Circular scale reading. Circular scale reading is equals to 52 divisions. Okay. And it is given that 1 mm on main scale. 1 mm on your main scale corresponds to 100 divisions. 100 divisions of circular scale. Okay. So the diameter of the wire is the diameter of wire is how much? Can anyone read the question carefully first? We have got a screw gauge, and screw gauge is giving me how much? Screw gauge gives the following readings when used to measure the diameter of the wire. Main scale reading is given for me. What is the main scale reading? Main scale reading is MSR is your 0.0 mm. Circular scale division, this one is right now for me CSR, that is 52 divisions. Okay, and it is given that 1 mm on your main scale corresponds to how many divisions beta? 100 divisions of your circular scale. That means if I rotate the circular scale by 100 divisions, the pitch will be equal to 1 mm. Am I clear? So indirectly what he has given for me? Pitch is equals to 1 mm. Number of circular divisions or reading is equals to how much for me? 100. So what will be the least count? Least count is equals to pitch divided by number of circular scale reading. So least count is equals to pitch is 1 mm divided by number of circular divisions are 100. So it is 1 by 100. 1 by 100 is how much beta? 0.01 mm is your least count. Isn't it? What is asking? Diameter. Diameter means reading. Okay. Diameter is nothing but what for me? Reading. Okay. So that reading will be equal to how much? What is the formula beta? MSR plus CSR multiplied by least count. MSR is how much for me? 0 mm plus circular scale reading which is coinciding. How much it is? Circular scale reading is how much right now for me? Circular scale reading is equals to how much for me? 52 division. So it is 52 into least count is 0.01 mm. So it is 52 into 0.01. So this value will be equal to how much? 0.52 mm. This will be the answer. If it is in centimeters, it is 0. Add one more 0. So it is 0.52 centimeters. Just take care of your sign beta. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, very good. So I hope you got an idea how to take the readings also right now. So you got a screw gauge, you got a condition how to take the reading. Reading of a screw gauge is nothing but equal to what? Main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied by your least count. Okay. Sure. Next one is zero error. Zero error. Zero error. Same like of your vernier caliper beta. Okay. So we have two errors in this one. The first one is right now for me positive error. Positive error. Positive zero error. Okay. So what do you mean by positive zero error beta? If the reference line if the 0 of the circular scale is below the reference line. Or I can say that when 0 of the main scale is visible, when 0 of the main scale is been visible, that will be your positive error. Am I clear? When 0 of main scale, when 0 of your main scale is visible, okay, that will be your positive error. That means what? On the main scale, like say this is your main scale and this is your circular scale and this is your reference line, okay, and somewhere here there is a 0, this is your 0, okay, and there are divisions on this one right now. 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, like this. Somewhere here it is 20, here it is 25, this one is 15, okay. So 0 of the main scale is visible for me. Whenever the 0 of the main scale is visible, then such type of the error will be equal to your positive error. Am I clear? Am I clear? Like
Yes,
say for example, for this instrument, if I am giving you least count is equals to 0.01 mm. Okay. Now what will be the error for this one, beta? Error will be equal to how much for me? Error is nothing but equal to reading only. Okay. That means I can write here error is equals to main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied by least count. What is the main scale reading which is visible for me? 0 plus circular scale division which has been coinciding with the reference line. See the diagram. 21 is coinciding. So this will be 21. Least count is 0.01 mm. So this will be equal to how much for me? 0.21 mm. That will be the answer for me. Am I clear? Anyone any doubt in this one?
No, sir.
Isn't it? What do you mean by positive error? If the 0 of the main scale, अगर आपको 0 of the main scale दिखाई दे रहा है, then such type of the error will be equal to your positive error. Or you can even remember like this one. If this is your reference line and this is your circular, if 0 of the circular scale is below the reference, then that will be your positive error. This will be your positive error. Am I clear? This is your main scale, beta. This is your main scale. And this one is your circular scale. If 0 of the circular scale is below the main scale, then such type of error will be equal to positive error. Am I clear? Chalo. Second one, negative error. Negative 0 error. Negative 0 error. What do you mean by negative 0 error? When 0 of the main scale is not visible or barely visible, we can say. When 0 of main scale, 0 of your main scale is not visible, that is your negative error. Am I clear? Let's say I'll draw the diagram for you. This one is your main scale, this one is your reference line, and this one is your circular scale. Okay, so if I'm taking the readings right now for this one, if I see it very carefully, given condition right now, somewhere here, this one is say for example 60, 61, 62, this one is 63 which is coinciding, 64, 65, then 66 like this, and 0 is not visible here right now, isn't it? Nothing is visible. Am I clear? Now say for example I am giving you 0 error, or say for example least count of this instrument is 0.01 mm, that is given in the problem for me. Okay, then what will be the error for this one? 0 error will be equal to how much bit again? 0 error is nothing but equal to reading. How do you take the reading? Here the reading will be equal to, anyone? What will be the reading, beta?
MSR plus
Scale reading
CSR
plus
LC.
CSR multiplied by least count. Okay, can anyone tell me what is the MSR? I told you yesterday also in vernier caliper. If 0 of the main scale is not visible, that means what will be the value?
-1.
-1. Very good. So it will be equal to how much for me? -1 mm here. When it is not visible or nothing is given in the diagram, it should be taken as -1 mm plus circular scale which is coinciding 63
63.
into least count is given for me as 0.01 mm. So what will be the answer right now for this one? It is -1 mm plus it will be 63 into 0.01 will be equal to 0.63 mm. Am I clear? That means -1 plus 0.63 will be equal to -0.37 mm. This will be the answer. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the way how do we calculate about your negative error and positive error. Once again about the errors beta. What is the condition? Positive zero error means if the zero of the main scale is visible or zero of the circular scale is below the main scale, that is your positive error. Then how do you take the error? Error is always the main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied with your least count. What do you mean by negative zero error? I can even write one more term here right now. What is that one term? Can anyone tell me? If this is your main scale, this one is circular scale, this one is your main scale, and this one is your circular scale. Circular scale. If zero of the circular scale is above the reference, then that will be your negative error. Like that also you can remember. Okay. Then again, what is an error here? Reading is equals to zero error is nothing but again reading. Reading will be equal to main scale reading plus circular scale reading. Am I clear? So I hope you are clear with your screw gauge. Once again, एक बार जल्दी जल्दी देख लो क्या क्या किया हम लोग ने. Screw gauge is nothing but right now for me a device which is used to measure the measurement of up to 1/100 mm. इसमें हम लोग ने pitch define किया हुआ है, then least count define किया हुआ है. Pitch is nothing but horizontal distance beta between two readings. Like say for example, if there is one reading like this, one reading like this, इन दोनों के बीच में की जो distance रहती है ना, that will be called as of your pitch. Okay. चलो. So least count का formula क्या है? Pitch divided by number of circular scale divisions. The next one is we defined about reading. Reading is main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied with least count. What is the main scale reading? Reading which is visible on the main scale is MSR. Circular scale reading is the reading of the circular scale that is coinciding with the any line of your main scale or reference of your main scale. Okay. The next one is zero error. We have positive error and negative error. Positive error means if the zero of the main scale is visible, that is positive error. If zero of the main scale is not visible, if the zero of the main scale, when zero of your main scale is not visible, it will be your negative zero error. And zero error is nothing but equal to reading only. Am I clear? Shireen clear है?
Yes, sir.
चलो एक क्वेश्चन चलो करो जल्दी से आप लोग. Everyone. The least count of the main scale, the least count of main scale, the least count of the main scale of a screw gauge is 1 mm. Okay. The minimum number of divisions, the minimum number of divisions on its circular scale, required to measure 5 micrometer 5 micrometer diameter of wire is? That is the question. Anyone? Read the question carefully first. What is the question he has given for me? The least count of the main scale. The least count of the main scale of a screw gauge is given as 1 mm. The minimum number of divisions on the circular scale required to measure 5 micrometer diameter of the wire will be equal to your how much? Anyone? Least count of the main scale is given how much better? Least count of the main scale
1 mm.
1 MSD. Very good. 1 MSD is equals to 1 mm. Clear? Number of circular scale divisions is asking. Number of circular scale divisions is equals to how much? And it measures how much better? It is measuring how much? It measures 5 micrometer. That means what? Least count. It is measuring 5 micrometer. That means least count of this one is least count is equals to 5 micrometer. That should be understood. Okay. So now what is the formula? Least count is equals to pitch divided by number of circular scale divisions or reading. Okay. So it is 5 micrometer is equals to pitch is right now for me 1 mm. Okay. Divided by number of circular divisions n. So n value will be equal to 1 mm divided by 5 micrometers. That is equals to 1 into 10 power minus 3 meters divided by 5 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meters. ये number है ना बेटा, cancel हो जाएगा. So this meter will get cancelled. So this will be equal to how much बेटा? 1000 divided by 5. होता है ना? 10 power minus 3, this will be gone. So it will go up. So it is 1000 divided by 5. So number of divisions will be equal to 200. Am I clear? एक बार देख लीजिए questions. The least count of the main scale. Least count is given for me. The least count of the main scale of the screw gauge is how much for me? 1 mm. That means the minimum number of circular scale division or circular scale required to measure 5 micrometer diameter of the wire will be equal to your how much? That means the main scale division is how much for me? 1 mm. And it is
Sir, how
measuring
we
how much?
confirm that
5 micro.
5 measure? Sir, how we confirm that the least count is 5 micrometer?
Because the least
It is
count, whenever
reading-
you are writing the readings, reading is always equals to your MSR plus of your CSR multiplied by least count. Reading is always given either by the MSR or your circular divisions or it is by your least count. Now, the problem is very clearly telling that the least count of the main scale of a screw gauge is 1 mm. That means what? What do you mean by least count? Pitch divided by number of circular scale division. Na? So pitch is nothing but on the main scale, the reading is 1 mm. He is just confusing you by telling the least count here right now. On the main scale, the pitch is given for me as 1 mm because the pitch will be in your mm right now for me. And minimum number of circular divisions, n is asking. And it is measuring how much? 5 micrometers. Measure means right now for me what? Least count only. Na? Why? Because least count of the main scale is nothing but 1 MSD. That is 1 mm. It is measuring how much for me? 5 micrometers. When it is measuring 5 micrometers, that means the least count of that one should have been how much for me? 5 micrometers only. Because pitch is already given for me as 1 mm in the data. Is asking the number of circular divisions. The only left out data what he has given for me is how much for me? Least count. Logically, we need to understand this question. There is a very good condition right now. Least count of the main scale of the screw gauge is given as how much for me? 1 mm. So 1 mm is representing me the main scale reading. That is very clear with that one. And that main scale reading is being measured as how much for me? 5 micrometer. Isn't it? When it is moving by 1 mm, least count will be equal to how much for me? Pitch divided by number of circular scale divisions. That will give me the least count. That means pitch is 1 mm. When it is being moved by 1 mm, the reading of that one is how much for me? 5 micrometers. That was the least count there.
Okay, sir. Clear. Thank you, sir.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Good question. थोड़ा लॉजिक लगाना इसलिए दिया हुआ मैंने यहाँ पर. One more question, madam. Just a minute. Getting stuck. Okay. Next question. See here, beta. 2 full turns of the circular scale. Good question. Try to do it. Of a screw gauge covers a distance of 1 mm on its main scale. Okay. The total number of divisions on the circular scale is 50. Okay. Further, it is found that the screw gauge has zero error. Of minus 0.03 mm. Okay. While measuring the diameter of the a thin wire. Clear? Student notes main scale reading of 3 mm and the number of circular scale divisions in the line with the main scale is 35. The diameter of wire is read the question carefully. Bit. 2 full turns of the circular scale of a screw gauge covers a distance of 1 mm. That means what? In 2 turns, if I'm making 2 full rotations, the pitch is moving by how much? 1 mm on its main scale. The total number of divisions on the circular scale is 50. Further, it is found that the screw gauge has zero error of minus 0.03 mm. While measuring the diameter of the thin wire, the student notes a main scale reading of 3 mm and the number of circular divisions in the line with the main scale is 35. The diameter of the wire is how much? I'll give the options for this one. It is 3.32 mm. Second option is 3.73 mm. And third option is 3.67 mm. And fourth option is 3.38 mm. Which option is matching the answer? Good question, but very good question. Anyone? First option their answer. And someone is giving us 3.32.
7.
कितना आ रहा बेटा?
3.67, sir.
3.67. और okay. Tell me the least count बेटा. Anyone? Least count कितना आ रहा बताइए?
0.01 mm.
0.01 mm. आया सभी को? Least count is equals to pitch is how much beta? 1 mm. How many rotations? 2 into 50 circular divisions. That means this will be equal to 1 by 100 mm. आई बात क्लियर? देखो एक बार. Full
0.02.
turns of a circular scale of a screw gauge, it covers a distance of 1 mm. Pitch is 1 mm. And how many rotations it is making? 2 full rotations. And circular scale is how many divisions? 50 divisions. So it is pitch is equals, this count is equals to pitch divided by number of circular scale division. Pitch is right now for me 1 mm. How many circular scale divisions are there right now? How many rotations? 2 into 50. So it is 1 by 100. Okay. Now reading will be equal to how much for me? Reading is equals to main scale reading plus circular scale reading multiplied with your least count. What is the main scale reading which is given in the problem? Main scale reading is how much? When measuring the diameter of the thin wire, the student notes the main scale reading to be equal to 3 mm. So this will be equal to your 3 mm. Plus circular scale divisions are how much better? So number of circular scale divisions in the line with the main scale is 35. So this will be equal to your 35. Multiplied by least count is, we just got 1 by 100. Am I clear? So it is 3 mm divided by 35 into your 100. So this will be equal to your 3 mm plus, this will be equal to how much better? 0.35 mm. Okay. So this will be equal to how much? 3.35 mm. Isn't it? But still, what is the other data he has given in the problem? It is having a zero error of, it is having a zero error of, it is having a zero error of how much? Minus 0.03. If the error is negative, it will be added. It will be added. That means this value will be equal to how much for me? This value will be equal to, correction if I am doing, this will be 3.35 plus the error whatever I am having, 0.03. This will be equal to 5 plus 3, this will be equal to 8. This is 3.3. 3.38 will be the answer. आई बात समझ में? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
एरर का समझ में आया ना? ये मेन स्केल है, दिस इज सर्कुलर स्केल. If this is the 0 here, the error is how much for me, beta? Error is positive. If error is positive, correction should be negative. Remember that. If error is negative, correction should be positive. If error is right now here, if this is 0 right now for me, next case if I'm writing, if this is the main scale, this is your circular scale, and here there is 0. If this is 0, this will be error. This error is how much for me? Negative. If error is negative, then correction will be positive. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
याद रख लो, अगर एरर पॉजिटिव है तो करेक्शन नेगेटिव होगा, अगर एरर नेगेटिव होगा then correction will be your positive. That is very important to remember. Done? ठीक है? Am I clear with the screw gauge beta everyone?
Yes, sir.
आज आप लोग इसके नोट्स भेज दे तो मैं आप लोग को देन व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप को ये क्रिएट कर रहा हूँ. आप लोग जरा आप लोग अपने नाम वगैरह भेज दिए तो मैं आप लोग को ग्रुप में भी ऐड कर देता हूँ डायरेक्टली. देन दिस ऑल नोट्स आई विल अपडेट यू इन दैट वन. एंड अनदर थिंग इज व्हाट यू कॉल दैट वन, इसका एक सेपरेट क्वेश्चन का फाइल्स बना रहेंगे. टुमारो विल ट्राई टू डू द रैंडम प्रॉब्लम्स रिलेटेड टू द वर्नियर कैलिपर एंड स्क्रू गेज. एक 15-20 प्रॉब्लम्स प्रैक्टिस कर लेंगे. देन विल स्टार्ट विथ योर एरर्स पार्ट. यूनिट्स एंड डायमेंशंस, एरर्स वगैरह कर लेंगे. दिस सैटरडे तक हम लोग यूनिट्स एंड डायमेंशंस, एरर्स एंड इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स पूरा कंप्लीट हो जाना विद द प्रैक्टिस ऑफ योर पीवाईक्यूज. ठीक है? बिकॉज वी आर हैविंग 2 to 3 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम दिस टॉपिक. दैट इज द रीजन आई हैव टेकन दिस वन फर्स्ट. अभी तो मैंने बेसिक एक बार करवा दिया है, इसको फिर आप लोग अच्छी तरह से प्रैक्टिस करो. देन थोड़े बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. कल की क्लास विल बी एक्सक्लूसिवली फॉर द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ दिस वन, एंड इफ इट टाइम परमिट्स विल स्टार्ट विद द एरर्स का इंट्रोडक्शंस वगैरह भी स्टार्ट करेंगे. ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
और आपके कोई फ्रेंड्स भी रहे तो उन लोगों को भी ज्वाइन करवा लो बेटा थोड़े दिन तक. इट विल बी हेल्प आउट फॉर देम, क्योंकि स्कोरिंग टॉपिक है. और कल की क्लास में एक्सक्लूसिवली विल बी हैविंग द प्रॉब्लम सॉल्यूशन और सॉल्विंग प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एंड प्योरली ऑन द नीट लेवल. ऐसा नहीं कि हायर लेवल ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दे दें एंड अननेसेसरली आपके कैलकुलेशन में अटक जाए. ऐसे क्वेश्चन जो 60 सेकंड के अंदर 1 मिनट के अंदर करने लायक क्वेश्चन है वो वाले ही हम लोग मैक्सिमम प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. और थोड़े बहुत थियरी क्वेश्चंस भी इसके अंदर, वो भी थियरी क्वेश्चंस कल के क्लास में डिस्कस कर लेंगे विद डायग्राम. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
ओके चलो,
Okay,
टेक
sir.
केयर, बाय.
Thank you.